Good morning, dear students. Last class we studied about the theory of acid and bases. So there are different theories: Arrhenius theories and Bronsted-Lowry theory and Lewis theory. Okay, so according to Arrhenius theory, an acid is a substance which gives H plus ion, and base is a substance which gives OH minus ion in aqueous solution. And according to Bronsted theory, an acid is a substance which gives H plus ion or proton, and base is a substance which receives H plus ion. Okay? And according to Lewis theory, an acid is a substance which can accept a pair of electron, which has the tendency to receiving a pair of electron, and a base is a substance which can donate a pair of electron. Now, let us discuss some simple questions based on this acid-base concept, and also what is the conjugate acid-base pair. So, conjugate acid means to find out a conjugate acid, generally you have to add H plus ion, H plus to the formula of compound, to the formula of the species, and similarly to find out the conjugate base, just remove one H plus ion from the formula. So as well as if balance the charge also, in this way you can find out the conjugate acid and base. So there are three questions. Let us solve from question number 3. Okay. So find the conjugate acid of the following species. So conjugate acid means, to find out the conjugate acid means, just you have to add one H plus ion to the formula to the species. Okay. So OH minus, and if you add here the H plus ion, there will be minus and plus, this will balance, and the formula will become H2O. So the conjugate acids A has H2O, B HeO4 2 minus, just add one H plus here, and the formula H2PO4 minus, and C as H2PO4 2 minus given, here also you add one H plus, and the formula becomes H3PO4, and PO4 3 minus given to it. If you add one H plus ion, and its conjugate acid now become HPO4 2 minus, and CH3NH2 is given, and for that the conjugate acid is CH3NH3 plus one hydrogen here and one positive charge, and then given the carbonate ion. This carbonate ion, if you want 1H plus, then the formula is HCO3 minus bicarbonate ion, given that is NH3. To this NH3, if you want H plus, then the formula becomes ammonium ion, NH4 plus, and acetate ion, CH3CO minus. To it, if you want an H plus, it will CH3COH. This is the acetic acid, this is the conjugate acid of acetate ion. HS minus, that is HS minus bisulfide ion is given to it. If you add one H plus, the formula becomes H2S, and HSO4 minus bisulfate ion. To it, if you add not H plus ion, formula becomes H2SO4, and SO4 2 minus given to it. If you add H plus ion, the formula becomes, that is HSO4 minus. So this is the conjugate acid of this. This is the conjugate acid of this. So in this way you can find out the conjugate acid. Okay. Now next come to question number 2. So find the conjugate base of the following species. So what you have to do to find out the conjugate base? Just remove one H plus ion, and you can from the species or from the formula, whether this is given molecule or ion. So from the formula, you just remove one H plus ion, according to it balance the charge, and you can find out what is the conjugate base. Okay. So H3O plus, remove one H plus ion, so it will become H2O. And B, HSO4 minus 1 H plus will be removed, that means one charge, negative charge will increase here. So the formula is SO4 2 minus sulfide ion. NH4 plus is there, from it remove H plus ion and NH3. So NH4 plus ion is the conjugate acid of NH3 and NH3 is the conjugate base of NH4 plus ion. Okay. Next, HF. Remove from it one H plus ion. The formula is chloride ion. Then CH3COH. This is the acid. And remove one H plus ion. Remember, remove H plus ion from here. So the formula is CH3CO minus acetate ion. And CH3NH3 from here remove one H plus ion. And the formula is CH3NH2. And H3PO4, this is phosphoric acid, from that remove one H plus ion and the formula is H2PO4 minus this dihydrogen phosphate. Okay, and from H2PO4 remove one H plus ion to get the conjugate base. So the formula is HPO4 2 minus. And from this NH3, remove one H plus ion, the formula is NH2 minus. Look here, NH3, although this is a base, but when you compare with NH2 minus, this is the conjugate base and this is its conjugate acid. But when you compare NH4 plus and NH3, this is the conjugate acid, this is the conjugate base. But when you compare with NH3 and NH2 minus, this is the conjugate acid, this is the conjugate base. So conjugate acid and conjugate base, this is differ by one H plus ion. Okay. Next, water is given. So water from it, remove one H plus ion and you get formula is OH minus. So these are the conjugate bases of this basis. Okay. Next, come to question number 2. So question number 1. So for the solve this question number 1, which is given that all arenous acids are Bronsted acids, but all arenous bases are not Bronsted bases. All arenous acids are Bronsted acids, but all arenous bases are not Bronsted bases. So to explain this, you have to go through what is this definition. So according to Arrhenius theory, an acid is a substance which has the tendency to give H plus ion. And H plus ion is also known as proton. In this way, according to this Bronsted concept, acid is a substance which gives a proton. So according to Arrhenius theory, which gives H plus ion is known as acid. According to Bronsted concept, which gives proton is known as, that is the same thing. So any species which gives H plus ion, any species which gives H plus ion is known as acid. So in this way, look here. Suppose look at the reaction between CH3COH plus ammonia. So it gives CH3. It gives CH3COO minus plus NH4 plus. It gives CH3CO minus plus NH4 plus. Look here, according to Arrhenius theory, any species which gives H plus ion is known as acid. So this is acid. And according to Bronsted concept also, Lorentz-Bronsted concept also, which gives H plus ion is known as acid. So in this way, this is acid according to both this concept. But according to Arrhenius concept, which gives OH minus ion is known as base. But here ammonia do not give OH minus ion. So ammonia does not give OH minus ion, but it can receive H plus ion. So any species which receives H plus ion is known as base. So according to Bronsted concept, this is a base according to Bronsted concept, but this is not a base according to Arrhenius concept. So hence, all Arrhenius acids are Bronsted acids, but all Arrhenius bases are not Bronsted bases. So both the concept of acid are same, as both of them give H plus ion, but according to Arrhenius, any species which gives OH minus ion is known as base, but according to Bronsted concept, which receives H plus ion is known as base. Here ammonia cannot give OH minus ion, but it can receive H plus ion. Hence, it is not Arrhenius base, it is a Bronsted base. Okay. So hence the statement is all Arrhenius acids are Bronsted acids, but Arrhenius bases are not Bronsted bases. Okay. Next coming to all Lewis bases are Bronsted bases, but Lewis acids are not Bronsted acids. Look here the example of suppose ammonia. Same ammonia. So ammonia has a pair of electrons. So as it has a pair of electrons, it can donate the pair of electron to other. So in this way, it acts as Lewis base. It acts as Lewis base, and it has a tendency to receive H plus ion. It has a tendency to receive H plus ion to form NH4 plus. Hence, it acts as a Bronsted base. So, which has the capacity to give the pair of electron that has also the tendency to receive H plus ion. Hence, all Lewis bases are Bronsted bases. But look at the Lewis acids. Suppose you consider about AnCl3 or BF3, etc. So these are electron deficient. These are Lewis acids, but they cannot give H plus ion. Hence, these are not Bronsted acids. These are Lewis acids. So these are Lewis acids, but not Bronsted acids. But not Bronsted acids. And they have the tendency to receive the pair of electron, but they have no tendency to give H plus ion. Okay. So and now I think you clear about these two concepts. So CH3CO H plus NH3 acetic acid plus ammonia give rise to acetate ion plus ammonium ion. So here CH3CO acetic acid gives H plus ion, hence it is an acid according to both Arrhenius and Bronsted concept. But ammonia receives electron or it receives H plus ion, hence it is a base according to Bronsted concept, but it does not give OH minus ion. So WKD does not give OH minus ion here, hence it is not a base according to Arrhenius concept. Similarly, a species has a capacity to donate a pair of electron, also has a tendency to receive H plus ion. Any species, NH is electron rich, it can receive H plus ion, NH4 plus, so H2O give rise to H3O plus. Hence, all Lewis bases are Bronsted bases. But a Lewis acid that is electron deficient, it may or may not have hydrogen atom. Also, in this way, always it cannot give H plus ion. So as it cannot give H plus ion, as Lewis acids electron deficient, bases can give a proton always. So in this way, for example, AlCl3BF, there is no hydrogen atom. In this way, it cannot give a proton. And this is not a Bronsted acid. This is Lewis acid. So all Lewis acids are not Bronsted acids. So all Bronsted acids are also not Lewis acid, but all Lewis bases are Bronsted bases. Next, coming to today's part, that is ionization of water or ionic product of water. So what is ionization of water? You know, water is a covalent molecule, but it is polar in nature. So it is slightly ionizable. So water feebly ionizes. It also acts as an electrolyte. So water undergo ionization very slightly. So due to which, when it undergoes ionization, it forms H plus ion and OH minus ion. Suppose we have known how water reacts with acids HCl, and we know how water reacts with base like ammonia. But here water again reacts with water, we can see. So water, when it comes in contact with another water molecule, so one water molecule gives H plus ion and another water molecule receives this H plus ion. And we can say water undergoes feebly ionizable to give H3O plus aqua plus OH minus aqua. Okay. So as this is fuel ionizable, this is reversible in nature, we can apply the law of chemical equilibrium to it. So in this we can find out what is this equilibrium constant. Okay. So now apply law of chemical equilibrium. We get H2O. What is equilibrium constant? K is equal to H3O plus concentration, molar concentration of H3O plus into molar concentration of OH minus divided by H2O liquid and H2O liquid. Okay, molar concentration. So that is equal to H3O plus molar concentration of H3O plus and OH minus divided by H2O liquid square. What you know, in generally the concentration of pure liquid is taken as 1 because here water very slightly ionizable. So as it is very slightly ionizable, so this tendency actually did not change during this ionization process. It will almost remain constant. So as it is taken as a constant in this way, this implies that K into this equilibrium K is known as equilibrium constant. K into H2O square, that is equal to H3O plus and OH minus. So this product, the product of molar concentration of H3O plus ion and OH minus ion, this is termed another constant known as, so it is a constant, K is equilibrium constant. So this product gives rise to another constant known as ionic product of water, and we represent it as Kw, that is equal to H3O plus into OH minus. Okay, Kw is equal to H3O plus and OH minus. In some cases, it may be also given like this: water liquid give rise to H plus plus OH minus. And here, by applying law of chemical equilibrium, K is equal to H plus concentration, OH minus concentration by H2O concentration. And this is a constant. This K into H2O, this value is generally taken as H plus and OH minus. So the product of hydrogen ion concentration and OH minus concentration is also known as the ionic product of water. This is called the ionic product of water and is represented as Kw is equal to H plus ion and OH minus ion. In this ionic product of water is the product of either hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion, molar concentration of hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion, or this is the product of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion concentration. So earlier generally in this way these were solved, but nowadays they are solved. Kw is equal to H3O plus and OH minus. This is the advanced form. Okay, so H3O plus and OH minus ion. This Kw is known as the ionic product of water. This is known as the ionic product of water, and this value is equal to this Kw, as it is a constant. Its value is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 mole per liter square. This is moles per liter, this is moles per liter. It is a unit is moles per liter square. Okay, so Kw value is this much, and it depends on temperature. As the temperature increases, the ionization of water increases. As the ionization of water increases, the molar concentration of both H plus ion and OH minus ion increases. In this way, this Kw value increases. Okay, so with increase in temperature, this ionization constant value increases. Okay, so note down this H2O. So K is equal to H3O plus OH minus by H2 square. So where K is equilibrium constant, as water is ionized to a very small extent, the water liquid may supposed to be remain constant. Okay, so charge is constant part one side, and another changeable part, variable part, that is another side. So in this K H2O square, H3O plus and OH minus, or Kw is equal to H3O plus and OH minus. So here Kw is another constant called ionic product of water. So at room temperature 290 Kelvin, the value of Kw is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. So that temperature is generally taken as the standard temperature. Its value is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. And what is the effect of temperature? So with increase in temperature, the ionization of water increases. In this way, Kw value increases. Okay, first note down this. So, Kw is equal to, what we find, with the value of Kw 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 moles per liter square. Okay. So for pure water, the H3O plus concentration and the water dissociates to give H plus ion and OH minus ion. This is same quantity of H3O plus ions are there and same quantity of OH minus ions are there. So for pure water, H3O plus concentration is equal to OH minus concentration. In this way, Kw is equal to H3O plus concentration into OH minus concentration, that is equal to H3O plus concentration square. And this value is 10 to the power 1 into 10 to the power minus 14, or H3O plus concentration, that is equal to 10 to the power minus 14 to the power half 10 to the power minus 7 mole. This is mole per liter square, or you can say mole per liter. So for pure water, the H3O plus concentration is equal to OH minus concentration, that is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 m, or 10 to the minus 7 moles per liter. Okay. So this Kw value increases with increase in temperature. And the effect of temperature? Effect of temperature. So with increase in temperature, the ionization increases. In this way, this Kw value increases. This concentration of this H3O plus and OH minus increases. In this way, this Kw value increases. So with increase in temperature, this Kw value increases, and ionization of water increases. Okay, so now I think you're clear about what is the ionic product of water. So ionic product of water means the product of molar concentration of H3O plus ion and OH minus ion is known as ionic product of water, and it is a constant at a particular temperature. Again, the product of molar concentration of hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion concentration is known as ionic product of water. Okay. Next come to what is the value of how these values vary in different acid medium and in basic medium. Okay. Next come what is the value of this H3O plus, this is hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion in aqueous solutions of acids and bases. Okay, so we know for neutral solution or for pure water, this H3O plus concentration into this OH minus concentration, that is equal to Kw, and that is equal to 10 to the power minus 40 m square. Okay, so if some acid is added to it, but you know equilibrium constant is a constant at a particular temperature. As equilibrium constant is a constant at a particular temperature, if some amount of acid is added to water, then what happens? The H3O plus concentration or the H plus ion concentration, that will increase. So, but this Kw value is constant. As it is constant, that means the OH minus ion concentration, that should decrease. Okay. Similarly, if some base is added to water, then what happens? The OH minus ion concentration, that is the hydroxyl ion concentration, that increase. So, but this Kw value again it remains constant. So, as it is a constant for a particular temperature, so to keep it constant, the H plus ion concentration or the H3O plus ion concentration, that should decrease. Okay. So, if some acid is added, if some acid is added to water, then H3O plus concentration increases. So as this concentration increases, then OH minus concentration, okay, but Kw value remains constant. But this Kw value remains constant. So as this Kw value remains constant, so in this way, OH minus concentration, that is equal to Kw by H3O plus concentration. Similarly, H3O plus concentration is equal to Kw by OH minus ion concentration. So this is natural. So H3O plus into OH minus Kw equal to 10 to minus 14. In this OH minus concentration, that is called Kw by H3O plus. H3O plus equal to H3O plus into Kw by OH minus. So if some acid is added to water, then H2 plus ion concentration increases, but Kw value remains constant. Hence, OH minus concentration decreases. So it decreases. Okay. Similarly, if some base is added, if some base is added to water, then OH minus ion concentration increases and H3O plus ion concentration decreases. Okay, so Kw is a constant because equilibrium constant is a constant at a particular temperature and water has taken the constant. In this case, Kw value is constant for a particular temperature. As the ionic product of water is a constant at a particular temperature, in this case only the variable part is either the hydronium ion or the hydroxyl ion. So if the hydronium ion concentration increases, then the OH minus ion concentration decreases. Similarly, if the OH minus ion concentration increases, then H3O plus ion concentration decreases. So if some acid is added, then H3O plus ion concentration increases, and if some base is added to the solution or to water, then its OH minus concentration increases and H3O plus ion concentration decreases. So note down these points first. Okay. That means what we get, so from that, so as we get this H2 plus concentration is equal to Kw by OH minus concentration. So in this way, for neutral solution, H3O plus concentration, hydronium ion concentration is equal to OH minus concentration. Then for acidic solution, H3O plus concentration is greater than OH minus concentration, and for basic solution, H3O plus concentration is less than OH minus concentration. Okay, these are the points. Next, another thing here also we want to say that we know for pure water, this H3O plus concentration, hydronium ion concentration is equal to hydroxyl ion concentration, that is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 m. So when this H3O plus ion concentration increases, some amount for acidic solution, this H3O plus ion concentration increases, that means this concentration increases from 10 to the power minus 7 m, and the OH minus concentration decreases from this 10 to the power minus 7 m. Similarly, for this basic solution, this H3O plus ion concentration decreases. In this way, its H3O plus ion concentration will become less than 10 to the power minus 7, and OH minus ion concentration will become greater than 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, so for pure water this is, and for acidic solution, this H3O plus ion concentration, that is hydronium ion concentration, is greater than 10 to the power minus 7 m, maybe minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 1, like this. H3O plus ion is greater than 10 to the power minus 7 m. And for basic solution, H3O plus ion concentration, that is less than 10 to the power minus 7 m. Okay. Similarly, so these are some relations of H2O plus hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion concentration in aqueous solution. But this expression of this 10 to the power minus 7m, 10 to the power minus 4m, actually this becomes difficult. For example, when we say the concentration of a solution is 10 to the power minus 4m. 10 to the power minus 4 for an acid solution, 10 to the power minus 4m. That means this is 0.0001 m. So presentation of this way, it becomes somehow this is become inconvenient. So to express this type of concentration, another term is derived, that is known as the pH, and that is derived by scientist Sorensen. Okay, so next come to know what is pH. Next come to pH of an aqueous solution, or simply what is pH. So pH is another way to express the concentration of a solution. pH is another way to express the concentration of a solution. Actually, what is the concentration of the solution? 10 to the power minus 5 m, 10 to the power minus 6 m. So expressing in this way actually it becomes difficult. In this way, Sorensen in 1929 so pointed out this problem and just gave and derived another term known as pH, which is useful to express the hydronium ion concentration of any solution. So what is this pH? This is another way to express the hydrogen ion concentration or hydronium ion concentration of any solution. And how to determine this? This pH is the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, so pH. This is the pH is the negative logarithm of hydronium ion concentration or hydrogen ion concentration. Hydrogen ion concentration in moles per liter. So when the hydronium ion concentration taken in moles per liter, the negative logarithm of this hydrogen ion concentration is known as pH, or mathematically pH is minus log to the base 10 minus log HCO plus hydronium ion concentration, or minus log to the base 10 H plus ion concentration. These two are same thing, HCO plus concentration or H plus concentration, or we can say it is log 1 by H plus concentration, or we can say the logarithm of reciprocal of hydrogen ion concentration is known as pH. Okay, so pH is the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Suppose the minus log H plus or minus log H3O plus ion. So the negative logarithm of hydronium ion concentration or negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration is known as pH. So you know, but for an acidic solution, this H plus ion concentration is greater than 10 to the power minus 7. This H plus ion concentration is greater than 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, let us find out what is the value of pH for neutral solution. Okay, so first find out for neutral solution. This H plus concentration is equal to OH minus concentration, that is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 moles per liter. Then what is this pH? This pH is minus log to the base 10 to the power minus log to the base 10, that is 10 to the power minus 7. Minus log to the base 10 minus log 10 to the power minus 7. So 10 to the power minus 7 means it is equal to minus that is equal to 7 log 10, or that is 7. So for pure water, pH is equal to 10. So for pure water, this pH is equal to 7. For acidic solution, this H plus ion concentration is greater than 10 to the power minus 7 m. At this H plus ion concentration greater than 10 to the power minus 7 m, and the negative value of this, that means pH value is less than 7. Similarly, for basic solution, this H plus ion concentration is less than 10 to the power minus 7 m. So for acidic solution, this H plus ion or H3O plus ion is greater than 10 to the power minus 7 m. In this pH is less than 7, and for basic solution, this H plus ion concentration is less than 10 to the power minus 7 m. Hence, pH is greater than 7. So for acidic solution, pH less than 7, for basic solution, pH greater than 7, and for neutral solution or for pure water, this pH is equal to 7 at temperature that is 298 Kelvin. Similarly, what happens to this pH value if we increase the temperature? So if we increase the temperature, this ionization of both H plus and OH minus ion increases. In this way, Kw value increases. So as the ionization of H plus value increases and the negative logarithm of H plus ion, that means the pH value decreases. Okay. So with increase in temperature, both the ionization of water increases, both the H plus ion and OH minus ion concentration increases. In this way, the H plus ion concentration increases, the negative logarithm value. So in this way, this pH value decreases. So with increase in temperature, the pH value of a solution decreases. Okay. Next, what is pH scale? So pH scale is a scale actually that can measure what is the concentration of different solutions. What is the concentration of different solutions that can be measured from this pH value. So this is a scale which can measure what is the concentration of different solutions, whether that is more acidic, whether that is less acidic, whether that is neutral, all that can be known from its pH value. And as the H plus ion concentration can vary from 10 to the power minus 0, 10 to the power as the H plus ion concentration or H3O plus ion concentration vary from 10 to the power minus 10 to the power minus 10 to the power 0 m to 10 to the power minus 14 m, and this value vary from 0 to 10 to the power minus 14 m. In this way, this pH value also vary from 0 to 14. In pH scale, theoretically, its value varies from 0 to 14. And for some indicates this value, some value indicates this is a strong acid, some value indicates which is a strong base, and when it is nearly equal to 7, when it is 7, this is represents a neutral solution, and when these are nearly equal to 7, then that is moderately acidic, which are weakly acidic, which are weakly basic, that can be determined from this pH scale. So pH scale, it is the range of expressing the nature of any solution. So we will find out what is the H plus ion concentration. If you find the H plus ion concentration, what is its range? From its range, you can know what is the nature of the solution. If any solution given, so first find out its pH, and after finding out the pH, you can find out what is the nature of the solution. So pH scale, it is the range of expressing the nature of any solution, and the H3O plus varies from 10 to the power 0 to minus 14. The pH value in the varies, that is 0 to 14, because minus log 10 to the power x. So in this way, 10 to the power minus x. So in this way, you can express. Look here. So if this pH value is 7, this is neutral, and if this pH value between 7 to 14, this is basic, and the basic character increases with increasing in this number. And if the pH value between 7 to 0, then this is acidic, and this value of acidic nature increases with decreasing in this value. That means if this value found between 0 to 2, that is strongly acidic, between 2 to 4, that is moderately acidic, and between 4 to 6.99, this is weakly acidic. Similarly, between 7 to 10, so this is between this 7 to 10, this is weakly basic. Between 10 to 12, this is moderately basic, and between 12 to 14 this is strongly basic. So in this way these are classified. So the basic character increases with increasing with this pH value, and this acidic character increases with decreasing with this pH value. So these are strongly acidic, these are strongly acidic, and these are strongly basic in nature. So for acidic solution, pH value less than 7, as this H3O plus ion concentration greater than 10 to the power minus 7 m. Similarly, for basic solution, this pH value less than 7, so greater than 7, pH for basic solution is pH value greater than 7, for acidic solution pH value less than 7, for basic solution pH value greater than 7, as this H3O plus ion concentration that is greater smaller than 10 to the power minus 7 m. Okay. Next, similarly, other PM, other logarithm terms. Some other logarithm terms are POH, PKA, PKB, PKW. There are some other logarithm terms. Similarly, some other logarithm terms, that is POH. This is the negative logarithm of hydroxyl ion concentration, and PKA, that is the negative logarithm of Ka, that is the dissociation constants of acid, and PKB, this is the negative logarithm of Kb, that is the dissociation constant of base, and PKW, that is the negative logarithm of ionization constant or ion product of water, ionization constant of water. And in this value PKW, this Kw value minus log 10 to the power minus 14. In this value is always 14. So PKW, that is always equal to 14. And we know what we know, that is we know that H plus concentration, this H plus concentration into OH minus concentration, that is equal to Kw. Taking logarithm both sides, negative logarithm, minus log H plus concentration into minus log OH minus concentration, that is equal to minus log Kw. And this is minus log H plus concentration minus log OH minus concentration, that is equal to minus log Kw. So in this value is pH plus this value is pOH, and this is equal to PKW. And pH plus pOH, that is equal to 14. Remember always the value of pH and pOH, this is always equal to 14. Similarly, when there is pKa plus pKb of an acid and base, this is always equal to pKw, that is also equal to 14. Okay, so pH plus pOH is 14. Similarly, pK plus pKb, that is also equal to pKw, that is equal to 14. So for today, up to this, and next class we will solve some problems relating pH.